silent panic.
My job was simple: mop the floors, empty the trash, lock the doors. But one night, I got a work order that didn't exist. A key appeared on my ring that wasn't mine, and I cleaned a floor in the hospital that had been sealed for 12 years. What I saw up there still follows me. My name is Daniel Carter. I worked night shifts as a janitor at St. Maro County Hospital in Pennsylvania. It wasn't fancy, it was old, smelt like disinfectant and rusted pipes. The hallways had a constant hum, like the lights were tired of being on. I took the job for the night pay and because nobody bothered you. Just me, my cart, and empty corridors. Or at least that's what I thought. Every job has rules. At St. Maro, the rules were specific. Never enter floor 4. If you hear a pager beep in an empty hall, ignore it. If you see a patient standing still in the dark, don't ask questions. Call security. I laughed when I first heard them. I asked my supervisor why floor 4 was off limits. He leaned in and said, "Because it's closed. And it stays closed." Floor 4 wasn't a rumor. The elevator had a scratched out 4. The stairwell door had 2 locks, a chain and a warning sign. But sometimes when I walked past it at night, I smelt something warm, like fresh soap, like someone had cleaned it recently. It started on a Tuesday at 2:11 am. I was in the basement when the intercom crackled. "Housekeeping, respond to floor 4. Nobody used the intercom at night." Then it repeated. My radio stayed silent, but a fresh work order appeared on my clipboard. "Cleanup required. Floor 4, room 417. I didn't remember grabbing the order. I didn't have access to floor 4, so I checked my key ring. There was a new key, a brass one labeled 4A. It wasn't mine. When I touched it, I heard a mop bucket wheel squeak behind me. The hallway was empty. I should have reported it. Instead, I took the elevator. I pressed 3. The doors closed. The elevator rose. Then the button for 4 lit up by itself. I tried to stop it. Nothing worked. Scratching echoed inside the walls. Then the doors opened. Floor 4 was waiting. The air was colder. Lights flickered weakly. The hallway was narrow, peeling paint, crooked posters. Fresh footprints covered the dust. Bare footprints, small ones. A pager beeped in the distance. Then I saw her. A nurse standing still, facing the wall. She raised her hand and pointed toward room 417. Room 417 was at the end of the hall. The door was half open. The smell was damp, like wet carpet that never dried. Inside, the room was spotless, too clean. A man sat on the bed in a hospital gown. He looked alive. When he lifted his head, I saw he had no eyes. Smooth skin where they should be. He smiled and whispered, "Finally, you came back." He pointed to a dark stain on the floor. Thick, old, sticky. "Clean it." I tried to back away. The nurse was suddenly behind me, blocking the door. Her voice came through the intercom. "Housekeeping. Cleanup required." The room flickered. For a moment, I saw blood, scratches, handprints, and names carved into the bed frame. On the wall near the door was a message. "If you're reading this, you're the next one to clean." Below it was a list of names. At the bottom was mine, Daniel Carter, freshly written. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder. A voice whispered, "You missed a spot." I ran. The hallway stretched endlessly. Every door read 417. Every door was slightly open. Behind them I heard buckets rolling and mop water sloshing. The elevator appeared. I jumped in. As the doors closed, I saw the nurse's face. Grey skin, wide eyes, silent scream. The elevator opened on floor 1. Bright lights, normal sounds. My hands were wet with something dark. I washed them until they burned. I confronted my supervisor. He showed me an old file, labeled Floor 4 Incident, 2013. Inside were photos of room 417, blood, scratches, staff names marked missing or deceased. A warning said housekeeping should never respond to floor 4. He told me nobody believes it until they hear it. I looked at my keys. The brass key was still there. Now it had my employee ID attached. I quit the next morning, tried to forget everything. Months later, I got a voicemail from an unknown number. The same flat voice said, "Housekeeping, cleanup required. floor 4. Then I heard a mop bucket wheel squeaking closer. I changed my number, but late at night, when it's silent, I still hear a pager beeping, and I know floor 4 is still open, waiting for the next janitor.